There's a crisis unfolding in the desert, and it's costing billions of dollars. In 2024, Emirates took delivery of its first Airbus A350. The airline has over 200 Boeing 777X aircraft on order, the largest twin-engine jets ever built. Flydubai operates a massive fleet of Boeing 737 MAX aircraft and is adding more every month. Together, these two airlines have committed to purchasing over 400 new aircraft worth north of $150 billion. But here's the problem. Their airport literally cannot handle this growth. Dubai International Airport, also known as DXB, has run out of space. Not metaphorically, literally. There are no more gates to build, no more runway slots to allocate, no physical room to expand because the city has completely surrounded the airport with highways, neighborhoods, and skyscrapers worth hundreds of billions of dollars. For the world's busiest international airport, a facility that processed 87 million passengers in 2024 and generates over $27 billion annually for Dubai's economy, hitting a hard ceiling isn't just inconvenient, it's an existential threat. So how do you solve this? How do you keep growing when your primary hub has reached absolute physical capacity? The answer is Al Maktoum International Airport, a $35 billion megaproject sitting 30 miles south in the desert. A facility that was supposed to be the world's largest airport, but instead became aviation's most expensive ghost town. A project that failed spectacularly once before. And now, it's Dubai's only option. To understand why this crisis matters, you need to understand what Dubai International represents. Dubai International Airport isn't just an airport, it's the engine of Dubai's entire economic model. Since the mid-2000s, Dubai pursued a radical strategy. Position itself as the geographic center of global connectivity. The city sits roughly equidistant from Europe, Asia, and Africa, within 8 hours flight time of 2/3 of the world's population. Emirates, the state-owned carrier, built its business model around a simple concept: connect any 2 points on Earth with a single stop at Dubai International Airport. London to Sydney, New York to Singapore, Sao Paulo to Hong Kong, all through Dubai International Airport. This wasn't just airline strategy, it was national economic policy, and it worked brilliantly. By 2024, Dubai International Airport handled 87 million passengers, every single one of them international. No other airport comes close to that volume of exclusively international traffic. Heathrow handles about 79 million total passengers, but only 76 million international. Atlanta moves over 100 million, but most are domestic transfers. Dubai International Airport is unique, the world's busiest international gateway, operating 24 hours a day with aircraft from over 100 airlines serving nearly 240 destinations. The economic impact is staggering. Aviation contributes approximately 27% of Dubai's GDP, around $27 billion annually. The airport directly employs over 90,000 people. When you include tourism, hospitality, and related services, that number exceeds 400,000 jobs. This success created a problem nobody anticipated. The airport became a victim of its own efficiency. Here are the hard constraints facing Dubai International Airport. The airport covers approximately 2,900 hectares with 2 parallel runways, each 4,000 meters long, separated by 1,830 meters. It has 3 main terminals with a combined capacity of roughly 90 million passengers and handles approximately 415,000 aircraft operations annually. For comparison, Dallas's Fort Worth International Airport covers 17,050 hectares, nearly 6 times larger than Dubai International Airport. But size isn't Dubai International Airport only constraint. Look at a satellite image and you'll see the real problem. The airport is completely landlocked. To the north lies the historic Dira district. To the east and south, massive residential developments, including Emirates Hills and Dubai Sports City. To the west, Al Barsha and the Mall of the Emirates. The city literally built itself around the airport. There are highways, metro lines, and neighborhoods worth hundreds of billions of dollars surrounding Dubai International Airport on all sides. You cannot build a 3rd runway without demolishing existing city infrastructure that generates massive economic value. The political and economic costs would be astronomical. This creates a hard operational ceiling. Aviation consultants estimate Dubai International Airport's absolute theoretical maximum, with every possible efficiency optimization, is approximately 115 to 120 million passengers annually. Current trajectory shows Dubai reaching that number by 2028 to 2030. Then what? For years, Dubai's solution was elegantly simple. If you can't land more planes, land bigger planes. This is why Emirates became the world's largest operator of the Airbus A380. The Super Jumbo can carry up to 615 passengers in Emirates configuration. One A380 arrival equals nearly 4 Boeing 737s in terms of passenger volume, but only takes up one runway slot. This upgauging strategy worked brilliantly for over a decade, allowing Dubai International Airport to maximize passenger throughput, despite limited runway capacity. But the aviation industry is changing fundamentally, and that strategy no longer works. The A380 program ended in 2021 when Airbus delivered the final aircraft to Emirates. No more are being built. The global aviation industry has shifted decisively towards smaller, more fuel-efficient twin-engine wide-bodies like the Boeing 777X and Airbus A350, and even single-aisle aircraft for regional routes. Emirates' future fleet centers on the Boeing 777-900 and 777-800X, with over 200 on order, the Airbus A350-900 with 65 ordered and deliveries that began in 2024, and potential Boeing 787 orders. Meanwhile, FlyDubai operates over 80 Boeing 737 MAX aircraft with 250 more on order. Here's where the math breaks down completely. A Boeing 737 MAX carries roughly 175 passengers in FlyDubai's configuration. It takes up a runway slot just like an A380, but delivers less than 30% of the passenger volume. As Emirates integrates more closely with FlyDubai for feed traffic, and as both airlines expand their networks, the pressure on those two runways becomes mathematically unsustainable. Dubai's government has set a target of 260 million passengers annually by 2050. Staying at Dubai International Airport makes that target literally impossible. The solution to this crisis wasn't new. In fact, it was already built, well, sort of. Al Maktoum International Airport, designated DWC, opened for cargo operations in June 2010 and began passenger operations in October 2013. The original vision was breathtaking. The world's largest airport, capable of handling 160 million passengers and 12 million tons of cargo annually, with 5 parallel runways and a purpose-built aerotropolis with hotels, logistics centers, and residential areas. Then, reality intervened. The 2008-2009 global financial crisis hammered Dubai's economy. Major projects were delayed or scaled back. Construction at Al Maktoum International Airport slowed to a crawl. By the time the economy recovered, the urgency had evaporated. Dubai International Airport was still growing, and the A380 strategy was working. There was no pressing need to move operations. For over a decade, Al Maktoum International Airport became aviation's most expensive, underutilized asset. During normal operations, it handled some cargo flights, a few budget carriers, and occasional overflow when Dubai International Airport needed runway maintenance. During the COVID pandemic, it served as the world's most expensive aircraft parking lot. The facility had 1 passenger terminal, 1 operational runway, and handled barely 1 million passengers annually, less than 1% of its design capacity. Industry observers began calling it a white elephant, a monument to overambition. There was also a strategic reason for the delay. Airlines hate split hubs. Operating 2 major airports in the same city is a logistical nightmare. It splits your fleet, doubles ground handling costs, complicates crew scheduling, and makes passenger connections, the absolute lifeblood of Emirates' hub model, extremely difficult. Moving to Al Maktoum International Airport meant relocating the entire operation in one massive, risky move. So for a decade, Dubai kicked the can down the road, optimizing and upgrading Dubai International Airport for every last bit of capacity. COVID-19 temporarily masked the capacity crisis. In 2020, Dubai International Airport handled just 25.9 million passengers, a 70% collapse. But the recovery was faster and more intense than anyone predicted. By 2022, Dubai International Airport was handling 66 million passengers. By 2023, over 86 million. By 2024, 87 million and climbing toward 90 million. The crisis was back and worse than ever. Simultaneously, regional competition intensified dramatically. Saudi Arabia announced Riyadh Air and plans for King Salman International Airport with a target of 120 million passengers by 2030, eventually expanding to 185 million. Qatar's Hamad International Airport in Doha continues expanding, targeting over 60 million passengers with world-class facilities. Abu Dhabi is expanding its airport, and Etihad Airways is growing aggressively again. The battle for dominance as the Middle East's primary global connector is intensifying. If Dubai stays at Dubai International Airport, it voluntarily caps its own growth and surrenders market share to Riyadh and Doha simply because it cannot physically land more airplanes. In April 2024, the Dubai government made it official. A 128 billion dirham, approximately 35 billion US dollars investment to transform Al Maktoum International Airport into the world's largest airport. This time, failure is not an option. The new Al Maktoum International Airport master plan is almost incomprehensible in scale. It features 5 parallel runways spaced specifically to allow simultaneous independent operations. A critical detail since most airports with multiple runways cannot operate them all simultaneously due to separation requirements. Al Maktoum International Airport's design allows all 5 runways to handle arrivals and departures concurrently during peak periods. The airport will have 400 aircraft gates. For context, Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson, currently the world's busiest airport by total passengers, has roughly 190 gates. Al Maktoum International Airport will have more than double that capacity. The ultimate capacity target is 260 million passengers annually, triple Dubai International Airport's current traffic and more than the combined passenger volume of the world's 5 busiest airports today. It will handle 12 million tons of cargo annually, making it one of the world's largest cargo hubs integrated directly with Jebel Ali Port. The facility will cover approximately 56 square kilometers, nearly 20 times larger than Dubai International Airport. But this isn't just an airport. It's designed as a complete aviation and logistics ecosystem. The facility connects directly to Jebel Ali Port, the Middle East's largest seaport and one of the world's busiest container ports, creating an integrated sea-air cargo corridor unmatched anywhere globally. The government is extending Dubai Metro's Route 2020 further south to directly serve Al Maktoum International Airport, building new highway corridors and planning a dedicated rail freight link to the port. Essentially, Dubai is shifting the economic center of gravity of the entire emirate 30 miles south. But how do you relocate an entire aviation ecosystem that handles 90 million passengers and employs 90,000 people? This is unprecedented in scale and complexity. When Munich moved airports in 1992, it involved relocating operations serving about 15 million passengers. Al Maktoum International Airport will handle 6 times that volume from day one. When Bangkok moved airports in 2006, the transition was chaotic, with airlines splitting operations between airports for years. Dubai cannot afford that chaos. The strategy appears to be an all-or-nothing move. Emirates will remain entirely at Dubai International Airport until Al Maktoum International Airport can handle their complete operation. No split hub, one massive transition on a single day. This means Al Maktoum International Airport must be fully operational, capable of handling 150 million passengers with all systems tested and proven before Emirates moves a single flight. Think about what must be replicated or relocated. Catering facilities that produce over 225,000 meals daily for Emirates alone. Engineering hangars capable of maintaining A380s, 777-900s, and A350s simultaneously. Crew facilities for over 20,000 flight attendants and pilots. Ground handling equipment worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and fuel infrastructure capable of delivering millions of liters of jet fuel daily. The transition is planned over the next 10 years, with Phase 1 targeting completion in the early 2030s. Construction has already begun, with major earthworks, runway construction, and terminal foundations underway. The first phase aims to have 2 runways operational with capacity for 150 million passengers, enough for Emirates to make the complete move. This $35 billion gamble represents more than just infrastructure spending. It's a defensive move as much as an offensive one. It secures Dubai's capacity dominance for the next century and signals to competitors that Dubai intends to remain the primary crossroads of global aviation. The transition from Dubai International Airport to Al Maktoum International Airport is inevitable. The current airport is a victim of its own success, strangled by the city it helped create. The new airport is the only solution. And this time, failure is not an option.